Hey babes, thanks for tuning in to Too Hot to Sip podcast, where the tea stay hot and ready to be spilled. Babes, did you get the chance to follow this podcast yet? No? Then what are you waiting for? Go ahead and do it now. I don't think you want to miss out on these crazy topics. Also, you can follow us on our social media. It will always be listed down below in the description box. Okay, well, stay tuned for this new episode today. Bye. Mwah. Hey, what's going on, you guys? It is another freaking day. Hopefully everybody is making it to work. Child, I'm over here trying to beat traffic to make it to work. I'm gonna be late, but whatever. But let's talk about this, y'all, because I don't think anyone have really sat down and talk about friendship in deep depth, right? Now, there's a lot of shit going on lately throughout this entire week. And the week just started, bitch. So, y'all already know I posted about Glorilla and JT. Now, JT and Young Miami got into a whole feud on Twitter. And I think they made up, but I'm not sure. I gotta check to make sure them hoes are okay. But all due respect, I just learned that B.Simone and her best friend are no longer friends. And it's so wild because they've been friends for 20 years. So it's like, damn, we talk so much about like dating relationships and marriage relationship, but we never talk about friends relationships. And we have to understand that all type of relationships are something that you have to work hard for. And also you have to understand your person, like the other person. You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like you have to fall out with people all the time unless it's like a major thing that you wouldn't accept from even a stranger. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Let me go ahead and share some of my stories and whatever. But baby, I got a few. Now, as we all know, when you in like elementary, middle school, whatever, you start collecting friends, right? It's like a fucking Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh cards. You start collecting friends like crazy. Y'all think y'all gonna be good friends for like forever. Y'all gonna go to each other's wedding, birthdays, go out, live together, yada, 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 right? All this make-believe, la-la land bullshit with your friends. Then when you start growing up and getting to that age of teenagers and you starting to really learn who you are and what you like to be around, what you like to do, and what you don't like to do, then friends start to dwindle, right? It's at that age where you're about to enter college and the friendships start to dwindle, dwindle, excuse me. And y'all don't have the same views. Y'all don't have the same type of, interest anymore. Everybody is grown. Everybody's doing their own thing. And, y'all kind of fall apart. It's not as if there was this big commotion of thing that happened and y'all literally like, oh, bitch, I don't want to be your friend no more. No, typically it's just that everybody grow up. Everybody have their own thing. Everybody sees certain things differently. And sometimes it just doesn't mesh together, or they move away so far away from you that y'all don't really keep in communication often. So you kind of just let it be, right? But there are some friendship that ends on bad note, right? And whatever it may have been, it is like a major thing that your relationship ends. Like B.Simone, they have been friends for 20 years. That's a full-on marriage right there. 20 years. And I don't think people understand losing a friend like that is like losing someone you've been dating for a while, right? Or being in a marriage with someone and all of your feelings and hopes and all these things that you know the person for and they know you for is like now y'all separated, y'all no longer talking, y'all no more seeing each other, communicating or anything. So now it's like hurting you deep down inside. And I don't think a lot of people realize that your friendship, good friendship that lasts for years, it hurts just as bad as dating someone, like I had said previously. And I don't think a lot of people talk about that, right? So, for example, for me, I was good friends with a girl that I knew from, girl, we was in diapers, bitch, in the church, and we knew each other like white on rice, okay? And, you know, as we grow up and whatever, we see things differently. But at the end of the day, she was just always my girl. She was just always my bitch. Like, I could always count on her. I can call her up and be like, hey, what you doing? Or I could just roll up to her house and she be home. She could roll up to my house. I'll be home. And our parents are good friends as well. They know each other. They cool. They don't care. They think of her as, you know, a daughter, extended daughter, da-da-da. And vice versa for her family and whatever. But like I said, as you grow up, people move away. And that's what happened to me. It came to a point where I moved away. And before I moved away, I do want to point this out. There was small things about my friend that was triggering, but I always just let it slide because I'm like, you know what? That's just her. Let me not pay her no mind. You know, she don't mean nothing about it, right? But it was always filed in my head, like in the back. It was always filed. So, as I told y'all, I'm an observer. I observe everything from the way you talk, the way you look, from your teeth, from your tongue, your goddamn open pores, from your feet to your toes to your toenails, everything. Like, I observe everything till I get a good analysis of who you are, right? And where can I place you in my life, or is it like, oh yeah, I can't mess with you, I don't fuck with you, or whatever. All right. So, like I said previously, I did move to Georgia for a couple of years, and me and her lost contact. We lost contact. At that time, I don't think I was on, I think it was MySpace. That was the big thing back in the days. Child, I'm telling y'all my age. But back then it was MySpace and stuff like that. So I only had her on MySpace. And then, you know, Facebook came around and, you know, I tried to create a Facebook. I was like 13 at that time and try to create a Facebook and whatever. But I was still on MySpace because MySpace was for all ages and whatever. So, you know, I only seen pictures and stuff that she was doing and whatever on there. So, you know, time fly by. I haven't talked to her for years or whatever. And the economy crashed and we all had to move back to, you know, where we originally came from. And honestly, when I met her, it's like we did not miss a beat. It's like me and her, it's like we never grew apart. You know what I'm saying? So it was so much easier to communicate, talk to her, speak to her, rekindle where we left off and whatever. It was like a full-blown relationship. I'm telling you, like, you just don't miss a beat, right? Because we just had that strong connection, that strong sisterhood and whatever. But like I said, I was 13. going into 14. So I was growing up and I had my own style, my own ways. I didn't like certain things anymore. She was still kind of the same, but I noticed a big difference in her personality and who she was. And it was a little bit triggering for me. I'm not going to lie. It was a little bit triggering because it brought back everything that she used to do when we used to be together all the time. It brought back those things plus more. So then, I was still rocking with her because she was the first person that embraced me when I came back. And then, everybody fall in line because now I think at that age, I really became like, let me be honest, standoffish because I wanted to see how everyone was before I mix and mingle. Because at the end of the day, me and some of these people at the church, we did have bad blood. And they were so fucking fake that I was observing their asses. So, moving on. So we was going out with the groups and whatever. And I noticed she had like this horrible attitude when I would go out with, the group. We would invite her and she'd be like, no, I don't want to go nowhere. I want to be home. Let's go. Da, da, da. And I'm like, girl, like what the hell? So I'll go back and talk to the group like, look, she's not in the mood to go out. She want to go home and chill, but I still want to go out. What y'all want to do? And the group would talk about her and her nasty attitude and how she always just had this nasty attitude lately. So I'm like, okay, so I was just paying attention, filed it. And I'm like, look, come on, you're going to hang with me. You're going to be with me. We still finna go out. Just hang with me, okay? So we did, right? So going on, we're hanging out. I'm rekindling some of my relationships with some of the people, seeing if I still could be friends with them or whatever. And we did. Some of them I did. Some of them I still ain't trust for a goddamn penny. Okay? And to this day, I always tell this person, like, bitch, if you got a problem with what I have to say, bitch, you know where I stay. I ain't moved. You know what my address is. So come down and find me because, baby, we can do this. I am not light with my threats because I be dead ass. You know what I'm saying? So that was that. So we end up having like a small group friend. So it was me and her and two other guys that we end up starting to be really, really close. It was just always us whenever we go out and chill and whatever. It was just always us. I noticed that the guys started to complain a bit of her attitude. And one of them started to dwindle from her. And I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? To the point where it ended up being just me and her always hanging out because I was like, you know what? This is my girl. I don't care what nobody say, probably she just having, a little early midlife crisis or something. I don't know. Let me just, still hang with her, chill with her, let her go through her thing. If she want to talk about it, we'll talk about it. If not, we'll just keep it pushing. Baby, this is where literally the cherry was placed perfectly on top. And let me give y'all this tea. So, there was this guy that I don't know what got over him, but he really liked me. And I had this thing where I did not want to date people with kids. I'm sorry, it's nothing against the person, it's nothing against the child or whatever. But for me, I just want me and my husband to have a child together so we can go through the emotions together, going through this is the first time I see my child, walking or talking and this and that. It's like, it's a different type of, sensation where someone is already experienced with kids. They already know. So you're not really bonding with, oh my God, they just did this. Let's get the camera. You know what I'm saying? That was for me. And I still think that way because I still want me and my husband to enjoy everything together, like for the first time. So the guy really, really liked me and whatever. I think me and her had failed off at this time because, her attitude was really, really stank, and I just could not anymore. I could not, I didn't know what was going on with her. I don't know what was the problem, but she just had this terrible attitude. And I'm like, listen, I cannot. First of all, you want me to lie to my parents and your parent, knowing that your mama trusts me like a fucking white paint that won't come off. Right? And you want me to lie to your mom, and you going to meet guys literally the same night you text them off of an app, and you staying over and sleeping over. That is so fucking dangerous. Right? And I said, that is ridiculous. Then you talking to your mama real wild. Sometimes we understand, like some of us growing up, we be like, okay, mom, all right. I don't want to hear that, and you walk off. But she was really snapping on her mama like it was two bitches fighting. And I was so shocked because I'm like, girl, where's your respect for your mom? Like, and your mom just allowing it, and your mom is sick, like, come on. So that was that, right? So like I said, we grew up, different values, different views and stuff like that. So we kind of stopped talking. It was her birthday and whatever. And the guy friend was like, hey, it's her birthday. Are you coming? I said, well, she never invited me, so I'm not going to invite myself if she did not invite me. I do not want to make her upset. I do not want to irritate her. And it's her time, if she didn't invite me, it's for a reason. So I stay home. So he was like, no, don't do that. She really, really missed you. She just wanted to invite you, but she didn't know if you was going to come or not. So that's why she didn't send nothing. I think you should come. I said, listen, I hear you, but I need confirmation from her before I come. And, she asked me like, why the fuck am I there? So just text her, say, hey, is it cool for me to come? So he did. She said yes. And, I did. I came, and, we kind of squashed things for the moment so that she can celebrate her birthday and whatever. So, after that, she was like, I don't want to go home. We should do something else. So I'm like, okay, cool. So the guy that liked me, we're going to call him James, was saying, hey, what am I doing? He want to chill with me. I said, okay, well, I'm over here at such and such celebrating, one of my friend's birthday. If you want, you could come and slide, because I think she want to do something after, and we all could just go. And that's what he did. Now, stay tuned for the rest of this story. Okay, let's take a little break. All right, so I know it's a long story time, but it's just to show you guys, like, how relationship can actually fall apart and what I learned. So let me finish the story, and I'm going to speed it up. So he did come, we chilled, we hanged out, it was a vibe. She wanted to hang out again, so we did that, right? She came over, and, I was telling her how he likes me, etc., etc., and I don't feel the same way, and I don't want to be the type of person to use someone because they like me and whatever. Well, in the midst of that conversation, she was basically insinuating that we should make him pay for everything, we should use him, basically. And I'm like, no, listen, just keep how it is. Let's just vibe, even though when we did hang out, he was paying for my stuff. I had needed to change my shoes because I think I had heels on, so I needed to change and So he was like, you know what? Instead of you going to back home, stop by Walmart, let's get some drinks, and then I'll buy you like a little flat or whatever. Just choose which one you want and I'll pay for it. And I was telling him, no, we could just go to her house. Her house is closed, da da da. So he was doing stuff for me because he liked me. So he was buying stuff on his, thing. So, even when we went out after her birthday, he was still buying stuff, paying for my food, paying for my drink when we went out. Even though I didn't want nothing, and I had the money to pay for my own shit, but he still wanted to pay for it and whatever. So boom, we went out again the next day. And, I was telling her like, look, I don't want to use this guy. He's very nice. Yada, yada, who. I don't want to do this, da, da, da. So then, as I said, she wanted to do that, da, da, da. Okay, we went out, and I started to know she was acting real funny around him when we was walking in the beach walk or whatever. And I'm like, what is going on with you, girl? Like, chill, vibe. Like, he's not checking for you. He's checking for me, even though I don't want him. Now, if she would have told me, hey, I'm interested in him. He's cute. He's my type. Da, da, da. I'd be like, oh, okay, well, cool. Shoot your shot. But the fact that you hanging with us, knowing that this guy have feelings for me, okay, and you acting weird, and when I mean weird, it's like she's twisting and turning, touching up on him, wanting him to pay for her food, and like all of us didn't want nothing to eat. Like when we were stepping out, none of us want something to eat. We just wanted to drink and be cool. And I said, oh, okay, I'm gonna pay for my shit. But she was like, no, he should pay. And she was asking him to pay and stuff. And it was so fucking awkward because he was looking like, what the fuck? Like, why are you asking me to pay? Like, I'm trying to talk to you or you my girl and whatever. So I was like, no, it's cool. We each put our card down and, we pay for our part and whatever. Okay, boom. So that whole day was kind of weird. She was acting kind of weird. And she was trying to act like she was trying to push up on this man when this man is pushing up on me. And I'm looking at her like, the fuck, why is you doing that? Like, you making shit look so fucking weird. And the way that you acting, this guy is questioning, like, are you my friend? Because you pressing up on him and he don't want you. He wants me. And he's questioning our friendship. So, okay, she came with this story saying that she got to take her car to the shop and it needs work, yada, yada, who. So I'm like, okay, well, ask him because, he knows stuff about cars. He could probably guide you to where you need to go and whatever. So I guess y'all two should like chit chat and, get each other numbers so he can help you and whatever. Now that was my mistake, bitch. I should have just went with her and called him while I'm with her, but whatever. So while they was handling that was like after we were hanged out the second time. I think during the week he went out with her and, get things together with this car. And I think he texted me or called me, or he either came over to my house because I had needed to install my TV on my wall and I didn't know about studs. He was the one, well, if you're going to do that, you're going to need a stud finder, da, 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 da. I'll come and help. So I was like, okay, cool. So I think, yeah, that's what happened. And he was talking to me and he's like, yo, your friend, was trying to push up on me and it was weird. And I don't know if y'all friends, well, I think you should keep an eye on her because it was really weird. As much as I was trying to help her, but da 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 da. And I'm like, really? Are you sure? I'm like, you know what? I was making excuses. I'm like, you know what? She is really friendly and very flirtatious. That's just her nature. So I don't think so. Just, y'all still can talk and text and whatever. She's a cool person, but I just think she's just being very flirty because she's just a flirty person. So I don't think so. He was like, all right, I'm just saying, da da da. So after he told me that and his face was like, I guess, it made me wonder, like, what the fuck? Like, he is so right. Like, what is up with her? So I kind of distanced myself because I really did not like that. It makes it seem as if I can't trust you. And you're supposed to be my A1 bitch, my best friend, like my sister bitch. Like, if anything happened, even though I have biological sisters, I always come to you first, because we've been through shit together. You know me in and out. And why are you doing that and whatever? So, I don't know. I think, yeah, we had distanced each other, and I was telling our guy friends, like, yo, I really didn't appreciate that. I ain't like how she, was trying to use him. And after I told her, like, look, I'm not on that type of time to be using people that likes me. Like, if I don't feel the connection, I don't feel like I need to be pressing up on him and da-da-da and use him. Like, that's not my vibe. And I ain't like how she was pressing up on him. And for him to call or tell me that she was acting like she was trying to get him, that's weird vibe. That tells me if I leave you with my nigga, you're going to be trying to press up on him behind my back. And that is some serious trust issues. And I already have issues with you. So it's like, damn, like, are you really my friend? Because whenever you find a nigga, you disappear for months on end. Like, I don't hear from you. If I text you, you're busy. You don't have time for me. But when you and your dude break up and whatever, oh, you at my house every fucking day. You calling me every fucking day. And when I don't feel like going out, you getting mad, you getting this and that, whatever. So, long story short, we end the relationship. It's too much to say, but we end the relationship. I told her my piece. She said her piece. And I cannot forgive her for that. I don't mean her no harm. I don't wish nothing against her or whatever. I always talk positive about her when other people speak on her. I do like a little quick check-in, like, oh, how's she doing? Yada, yada, who. And, we be done. I don't have nothing negative to say about her because at the end of the day, I respected our relationship at that time. And whatever she was going through, she wasn't comfortable to talk to me about. And even though I shared so much with her, it seemed as if she was going through a lot, and I can tell, but she was not willing to open up to me. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. So this story is to tell you how long-term relationship with friends can end. And this is just a prime example of how a relationship that you've been in with a friend lasts and how it accumulates over time with issues and how it can end, right? Now, for me, because I am a Capricorn, I am stubborn. I don't forgive people easily. I feel as if I could have made a mistake and cut her off completely and not talk to her, because she really pissed me off, and she knows that. Like, when I'm pissed off, you piss me off, and I said, I don't fuck with you no more. That's it. There's no coming back, And I feel like I was being too harsh. I should have just, give her time, da-da-da. But I just felt like the fact that we continuously keep arguing and we continue to break off and branch off like this, it really hits like you wasn't there for me. And the way that you was acting around a nigga that wanted me, it showed me that I can't trust you around my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So it was hard. Like, when I tell you it was hard, I was in solitude for a long time. Like, I ain't talked to no one after me and her stopped being friends. Because unfortunately, you have to go to church. You got to see her. So I stopped going to church. I stopped going to that particular church because we always had to see each other. And I was not on that vibe. I was not on that wavelength. I could not see her face or anything like that because it would piss me off all over again. So I was devastated. Like, I felt like I lost a part of me. And I think a lot of people don't talk about that when it comes to actual friendship. And it's so sad to see, other friendships that have been through thick and thin and whatever ends because of that. And there's some days I'd be like, damn, I wish I could call her. I wish I could talk to her again. But because of my stubborn ways, it's like I don't want to talk to her. But I'm not going to lie. I do miss her. Like, we had so much fun. We was like sisters. We did every fucking thing together. We went shopping, went to the mall. We did things together. We got our hair, nails done. We was trying to open a YouTube channel together. We was focusing on a YouTube channel together. We was doing so much. Like, she was my sister, like my A1A. She was my backbone. She knew what I was going through with this particular guy that, I known for several years and whatever. And yeah, she was just everything. And I gotta say, I mourned that relationship for years. Like, for years, I mourned that relationship. And I can't tell you that feeling. Like, is like you dating someone. Is that same exact feeling, but it's like a sisterhood or a brotherhood is broken. You know what I'm saying? And I feel as if whatever happens between B.Simone and her ex-best friend Megan, I hope down the line, after all this petty shit and, that comes with breaking up, a relationship. Someone's going to be petty. Someone's going to be mad. Someone's going to want to fight and whatever. But I hope at the end of the day, they can reconciliate their relationship. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And, talk it out and see if there's some type of way to repair it. Because just because something happened and yeah, it may be bad, it doesn't mean that this person is exactly that. It's just that particular year was just not the year and everything was just fucked up and you see them differently. And then when years pass by, time always heal wounds. They grow up, they understand, and, they can really see what you was seeing back then and kind of apologize and move on from there and build a stronger relationship. So this is why I pray to God each and every day, my best friend, no matter how mad, I don't care how fucked up, I don't care what he do to me, I am not going to let go of that relationship because I think I as a person need to learn how to communicate and communicate it well and find a solution to why we was upset at each other or something that he hurted me. Talk it out and move forward and not be stubborn. Like, I don't want to fuck with you no more. Da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? So I pray to God each and every day that, whether our relationship continues to stay good or there's some bumps or whatever, I hope no matter what, until we die, until we see Jesus together and so on, we are still friends. We are still connected because he is everything to me. That's my best friend for life, and just like JT and Young Miami, I think they have similar relationship just like me and my best friend. And, sometimes being friends with girls, you always gonna bump head. You always gonna have pressure. You always gonna have issues. I just think it's a female ego problem that is just within us, that is either you're jealous of one another, you see someone doing better than you, and you just wish that was you, or you was doing better, or you feel like they doing better, or they acting different, da da da. And I understand that could go for guys as well, guys and girls, but it typically happens in a female-female friendship because it's always low-key competition. Okay? It's always low-key competition with your female friend. No matter how good of a friend you are, you always have some type of slight competition between you guys. You know what I'm saying? Now, is it healthy? I feel like it can be at a limit. It cannot go to a point where you're basically ripping each other's off and saying bad things about each other. If there's like slight competition, meaning like, okay, if I do this, bitch, I want to see you do it too or do it better. So when I come around, I need to do it better than you. And you come around, you do it better than me. Like, that's a good, healthy competition. You know what I'm saying? If y'all both trying to boost each other up and y'all pushing each other to do better, then yeah. But if it's low-key competition where you're jealous, you got envy, and you starting to have a little bit of hatred and it's growing inside your heart, then that is bad competition. That is bad for the relationship. And probably this person is not your female friend that you need to be hanging with. You know what I'm saying? And I never felt that with, my female friend. Like, that's why I said me and her was always good. It's just that at that time, she just had these weird tendencies, and it was really getting on my nerve, and I just could not understand, and she would not talk to me or share anything. So it was frustrating, and it was causing me a lot of stress. So I couldn't trust her because I'm telling her all of my stuff, and she's not telling me not one thing. So, like I said, I just hope and pray that, JT and Young Miami actually sit down without Saucy Santana. And I know Saucy Santana is a little bit salty with JT because she always brings up his name, and I know he feel a type of way about that. He claims he's cool with both of them, but in honesty, it seemed as if he was really very cool with Young Miami. So I don't know. That whole situation is weird, but I feel like the foundation is with JT and Young Miami, and they need to build that relationship back, because you need good friends, people that really, really know you, that grew up with you, and you need that in that type of industry, because all of them are fake people in there. You don't have true friend in that type of industry. So if you have a best friend and y'all both blew up together, and y'all know each other, y'all seen each other, y'all raised together, y'all act like six, y'all need to stick together. I understand y'all gonna fall off here and there, but y'all need to stick together no matter what. So for me, I hope they commend it peacefully off the fucking internet, and kind of talk it through, figure out what was the issue, work on that issue, and move on, and just be that one unity that they used to be. Okay, no matter what nigga this person dating, what nigga this person dating, or married or whatever, they still need that, sisterhood. And they really need to repair that. And I think once they do, nothing will break that bond if they have a clear understanding of who each person is, and they actually share what is going on with each other. You know what I'm saying? So that is all I have to say, you guys. Please let me know down below what you think of my comment between the two group of friendship, is what is going on, and what you think about mine. What y'all think? Should I, try to mend it or what? Or should I just leave it alone since it's been years, like a decade or so? What y'all think? Leave it down in the comment section below. I hope to see you guys soon. Bye. Bye. Hey babes, thanks for tuning in and listening to this episode. Like, share, and follow our podcast if you really enjoyed today's topic, because there's so much more to come, and I don't think you want to miss out. Okay, I didn't think so. Well, babes, see you later on the next episode. Bye.